Jai Gurudev. Jai Gurudev Ma.
Jai Gurudev.
So today we have tanuma with us, Tanuja Limaye. And आज हमारे साथ तनुमा है, तनुजा लिमये. तनुमा काफी सारे भारत के लोग भी इसको देखते हैं जो हिंदी प्रेफर करते हैं, and many internationals also watch it, so we have to mix little bit of English and Hindi both.
Yeah.
So usually we give this 5 minutes buffer time. We already had some 32 people waiting, and people are already commenting. They are super excited and all. So those who are there on YouTube, our regular viewers are also there, and there are so many on Facebook. I'll request them to share this post on your Facebook wall, story, and create watch party. And all those, now we have over 178 people. So all those who are watching it on YouTube, what you can do, you can share this link. Ma, this is an initiative which we have started, and with humble intention that so many of us who would love to listen your Guru story, who would love to understand how you progressed on the path and what were your beautiful moments with Gurudev, and those moments which you got as a prasad, we would like to have some prasad from that also. So we feel like we are living those moments when you share those moments with us. So we have this, we have many guests who came here, and many people, like tomorrow we have Rishi Nitya Pragya ji, Rishi ji. So this was our plan, to make Rishi ji speak first. Last Saturday, Saturday he spoke, and then bring you here on the webcast, and then again Rishi ji.
Okay.
So we know the full story of both of you and your beautiful life that you have contributed in everybody's life. That story we would like to know. And Ma, then we have so many people who will be joining this week. Like after Rishi ji, on Sunday we have Anand Rajendran ji. Then we have Jaina Desai, who was Gurudev's secretary for almost 12 years, and Narendra Lamba, Richa Chopra. Anand Desai, you are conducting advanced course with Anand Desai and Rishi Nitya Pragya ji, I think 14th to 17th.
Yeah.
So in some time we will scroll the enrollment link also for that. And so Anand Desai ji is also coming live with us. We have Swami Purna Chaitanya also planned. So all these people, and so many seniors Ma also came, and they also shared their life experience. And I get so many WhatsApp that there is so much to learn from every one of you, and it's very beautiful.
It's a very beautiful initiative by you, Digvijay.
Ma, I just sit at night after courses in the daytime. I just sit at night and listen to all your Guru stories. It's a beautiful learning experience for me, and to get soaked in devotion, it feels so nice every day. I listen to Guru stories and then I go to sleep with that gratefulness and gratitude. So so now we have almost 335 people online. So I'll request all of them to share this post. In 1 minute time, we will start our discussion. So once again, those who are watching this live for the first time, who are here on this channel for the first time, there is a link up there, and you can see on the corner tiny.cc/Gurustories. You can hear all the beautiful Guru stories from Vishwas Mulki, Alka Mulki, Rajita Bagga, Chandrakant Rathi, Shashi Navlakha. We had Dinesh Godke, so many amazing seniors we had. We had Rishi Nitya Pragya ji part 1 we did with him. So, and you will get, if you want notification on the description, you can see some WhatsApp groups. You can join those WhatsApp groups also, and you can part of the group in which you will get regular updates on who is coming when. So every day, usually 9 o'clock we do this, Ma. Yeah. So in few minutes we will start now. In 30 seconds we will start. All those who are there, you can put your questions in comment. If you want to share something, you can put in the comment. And as you can see, we display it with your photo, and also we display your comment here. So you can also be part of the discussion. We will start, Ma. It's 5 minutes. Huh?
Yes.
Jai Gurudev, Ma.
Jai Gurudev again, Digvijay.
So तनुमा के बारे में इंट्रोडक्शन देना की जरूरत बिल्कुल नहीं है. She started over 50 countries for Art of Living. She traveled over 50 countries and she started Art of Living. She gave boost for the Art of Living to many countries, and she did her course in 1992.
Yeah.
And she was just sharing with me that in the Rishiji's story, what we heard, they all went for the advanced course. Tanuma and Rishiji, they all, as a group, they went there. And there are so many amazing stories we will get to hear from Tanuma today. So Tanuma, 1992, your first course.
Yeah.
How was the experience?
My first course was brilliant. Meaning, I went in like most people do, just because somebody talked about that course to me, and my dear friend said, "This is something you would love." And I ended up in the course not having any idea about it. And my first Sudarshan Kriya was amazing. That was my first glimpse of Samadhi. Well, it is much later that I realized this is Samadhi. But when I did the first Sudarshan Kriya, I could not imagine that each and every cell of your body can pulsate with so much energy. And when we were in the resting period after it, I felt so light and weightless. I thought I was actually floating. That when I opened my eyes, I asked the teacher, was I really floating? And it was an amazing experience during the course. And there are, of the knowledge that was shared, one thing really stuck in my mind, and that was what's happening right now. And this is something so basic and fundamental, and yet I had not seen how my life is really going so much in the past and the future, while I'm really not looking at what's happening now. So this was the first experience and my connect with the teacher. So I felt instantly connected with Rajshri Patel, who is my teacher for the first course. And so when she said, "Oh, you all come for the advanced course, you come and just be with me in the ashram," there was no thinking again. It was natural, and it was the thing to do, the obvious thing to do. So we had no idea about what is advanced course and what is this organization about. We didn't even know there was an organization here. And she did not even put up a picture of Gurudev. So I had no idea that there is a Gurudev, a guru here whose course we are learning. In fact, there was, when I went to meet her at the house that she was staying in, she had a photograph of Gurudev by her bedside. And I said, "This man, I know this man. How do I know this man? Who is this?" And she just smiled. She said nothing. So that was my first experience of Art of Living, and it was beautiful. And this is during the course, but after the course also many things changed for me. So the take home was immense. Not only what I felt during the course, over a period of time, I saw that my health improved, and I saw that I used to get so irritated with small things. That just shifted on its own, just with the little practices that I used to do. So people around me started noticing that change. They felt I was much more approachable and open as the human being. I was very shy. So they saw the shift in me, and they saw that I was much more livelier than before and more dynamic. So all this happened just in a span of 2-3 months.
Ma, then you went to advanced course with your gang, in which Rushiji was also there in 1993.
Yeah.
So how was it meeting Gurudev for the first time?
Well, let me tell you, when we reached the ashram, it was something that we had not even thought of. It was ashram at that point of time was the old ashram, and it was so quaint and serene. And when I entered the ashram gate itself, I felt so happy. And it's only much later I realized it's the positive vibes that make you feel so uplifted and happy just putting, entering the ashram. I was really not aware of what this advanced course program was about. So my first meeting with Gurudev was on the first day when he introduced and said, we will be doing silence from tomorrow. And it was not, at that point of time, it was not so life changing, I would say. But he used to meet with our group every day, post the sessions, and we used to sit with him outside of Shakti Kutir and, just look at the beautiful moon. And some people would say something, some people would share something, he would share something. And that is where the connect happened with Gurudev. And I felt there was not a name to the relationship yet, but I felt so completely at home with this person, more than what I have felt with anybody. The amount of comfort and the ease I felt with him, and now I can say that is my first connection with Gurudev. How when I reached the ashram or when I met with him few times, I felt like I had reached home in some way. So that was the first advanced course and the meeting with Gurudev. And what really had me thinking at that time was I would not call myself as an emotional person. And the last day when we went to say goodbye to Gurudev in old Shakti Kutir, spontaneously, our Baroda gang was there, and spontaneously we started singing this Radhe Govind, and something happened in my heart, and we all were crying so much. It was like, that how can we even leave this place? How can even, and we have no defined relationship as yet, to have such immense feeling of love come up. So that was something that really touched my heart. How maybe something opened in the heart in just that meeting. And then he so lovingly said one thing: this is your home, you can always come back here. And really that felt this it felt like that is what he really meant. Some people formally so many things to us say, पर ये यहाँ ऐसा लगा ये सच में हम आ गए, हमें जहाँ पहुंचना था वहां कहीं हम पहुंच गए हैं. तो ये पहला अनुभव था एडवांस कोर्स का.
उसके बाद तो उस वक्त जैसे आपने कहा बहुत कम लोग होंगे शक्ति कुटीर के आसपास, तो नवरात्रि also you attended? Was there a big crowd in Navratri?
But before that, I would like to share some. So, how the logical mind is, that there is a relationship the heart has already built, but the logical mind comes up with so many reasons to question that relationship. So when I went back, I started keeping a picture of Gurudev with me. And I don't know why I did that. And if people would ask me, is that your Guru? I would say no. And they would say, then why are you keeping that picture with you? But how the logic of the mind used to come in between. And I used to, in my head, I used to say, if you're really true, if you're really something, this should happen. Something impossible, I would, a task in my mind, I would give it to him. And then so many things happened. And when things happen, we take it for granted. We think, they were supposed to happen. ऐसे तो होना ही था, तो ऐसे हो गया. So then when he came to Ahmedabad, he came to Ahmedabad for an event. And that is where I felt such a amount of relatability with Gurudev. So he was there for a day and we had some events. And then in the night, we went to say bye to him. He was sitting in, I think it was Surekha Ben's house. He was sitting there. It was a beautiful moon we could see from the window. And the atmosphere was so charged with a kind of love that we had, or a kind of bhakti ras that we had only heard of in the scriptures. It was not something that we had really thought was going to ever happen to us. And then there was this pang of separation that was in our heart, that Guruji is going to go tomorrow. And by then, Rishiji had already started this trend of singing film songs for Guruji, which was so amazing. So अब तब हम लोग बैठे, अब क्या करेंगे, कुछ तो प्रकट करना है, इतना सारा भाव अपने अंदर जगाया है गुरुदेव ने. तो ऋषि जी just started singing this song. It's a beautiful song. तुम जो कह दो तो आज की रात चांद डूबेगा नहीं, रात को रोक दो. And we all started crying. There was so much bhakti ras in that atmosphere. And let me tell you, I am so sure I saw Gurudev wipe a tear. And that is what gave us that immense amount of ease and relatability with him. Because here we had already figured out that there is something divine about him. There is something mystical about him. There is something phenomenal about him. And yet he is so personal. Yet there is a relationship we are having with him, which is so intimate and so personal. So that, and then Guruji to hamare piche kahan rehte hai. He caught on to singing film songs himself. So it was very charming that when we met Guruji, we had to be really up on our toes, because we'll be singing a song, he'll be singing a song back. And he got all these songs so quickly. And I remember once I was in Rajkot, and there was some important question I had to ask him, and it was an important decision that he had to take. So I called him from Rajkot and I said, Gurudev, I was so serious and so sincere, and I said, Gurudev, ye karna padega, ye to aisa hai. And then he started singing. His answer was so sweet. It was a song, and the song was Jo tumko ho pasand wahi kaam karenge. And I have seen that in my life, that when we align ourselves with him completely, he really goes out to make things happen for us. So that was all the initial kind of such a heartful, and he was a friend more than a guru at that time. Digvijay, I even laugh about this today. The old timers, some of us, we get together and laugh. I was only telling somebody today, I said, before VM, we were in Gokul. And after VM, you come to Dwarka. So such are the memories of old times. And of course, whatever is happening for a devotee happens for that person. It is not that they miss out on anything with Gurudev, but it is just a fortune to have spent time with Gurudev, and he had more time. That is something that he doesn't have today in his life. But he still manages to create the same effect in the lives of people.
Very true.
Yeah. And
There is so much crowd. There is so much crowd in ashram, but everybody feels that Gurudev met me.
And it's amazing. And I find devotion, if it gets kindled in you, you are special. Really, you don't even need to have a story. If this love and devotion has been kindled in your life, that itself makes you precious. And everybody's story with Gurudev, whatever big or small, is something really significant and special. I'll share just a recent happening that a few days ago, because of the lockdown, we wanted to get something from the city. And there is a devotee he's been in the ashram for 12 years now. And so he had some connect with somebody in the city. So we'd asked him to get us something, कुछ चाहिए था सामान, तो उनको बोला कि आप लेके आओ वो सामान। तो वो सामान के लिए वेट कर रहे थे गेट के ऊपर, और गुरुदेव की वहां से गाड़ी गई। जब गुरुदेव की गाड़ी वहां से गई, उन्होंने वहां गाड़ी रोकी और इनके सामने ये भागे, उनके पास प्रणाम किया। उन्होंने उनको पूछा, अरे भाई कैसे हो तुम, क्या करते हो, कहाँ सेवा करते हो? तो ये सब एक सम कन्वर्सेशन ही हैड विद हिम एंड देन ही ब्लेस्ड हिम। अच्छा, जब वो हमारे पास सामान देने आए, तब वो एक ही इज नॉट अ ही इज अ 55-60 year old मैन। वो हमारे सामने खड़े होके रो रहे हैं। तो हमने पूछा हुआ क्या? तो बोलते मैं 12 साल से आश्रम में रह रहा हूँ। ऐसा कई बार हुआ है कि दर्शन लाइन में मैंने गुरुजी के सामने जाके कुछ बात की, गुरुजी ने पहली बार मेरे से बात की। तो मुझे इन लोगों का डिवोशन टच करता है कि जिनके पास इतना समय भी नहीं मिला, इतना इंटरेक्शन का चांस भी नहीं मिला, पर क्या गुरु जी की वो भगवत्ता है कि इनके अंदर जो भाव बना है वो उनके अंदर कायम रहता है। सो दैट इज अ ब्यूटीफुल थिंग आई फाइंड अबाउट डिवोटीज।
Very true.
Yeah. Vacha, you were
Kumar,
asking.
then,
Sorry, what
huh?
were you? I spoke a little, but you were asking me to share something.
No, no, what you spoke is my work is to make you make you speak. So
Okay, you asked me about my
Navratri, I said yes.
Navratri experience. So when
So you're like first Navratri.
yes. So my first Navratri was really in the beginning when I came. I think it was 95. And I had not planned to spend the Navratri with Gurudev because I am from a place in Gujarat, Baroda, where Garba is big. And 10,000 people get together, and there is so much of a vibe, there is so much of atmosphere, and this is what I had done every Navratri. So, and we go out with friends and do it, so there's no point in missing that. So when I went to say, Guruji, we are leaving tomorrow, and Gurudev always, I have seen, he gives you a hint. I have never seen him insist you do things a particular way. So you have to be sensitive enough to get that hint. So he says, तुम तो रुक रही हो. So in my head I was, मैं नहीं रुक रही हूँ. So then my friends who were also there with me, they said, नहीं हम तो इसको ले जा रहे हैं, हम बड़ौदा की नवरात्रि करेंगे. So then he did not say anything. At the end he again says, हाँ तुम तो रुक रही हो. So I said, yeah, हाँ मैं रुक रही हूँ. और वो मेरी पहली नवरात्रि थी. मैं आपको बताऊँ, वो ओल्ड आश्रम में शायद पूरी नवरात्रि में हम 20 लोग होंगे.
अच्छा.
ये सब यज्ञ पूजा, मेरे साथ सेजल दीदी भी रुक गए, बिंदिया दीदी भी रुक गए, और हमारे लिए ये पहला अनुभव था कि ये ना यज्ञ, इतने पवित्र यज्ञ होते हैं या ऐसे इस प्रकार के होमास होते हैं, ये तो हमें पता ही नहीं था. हमारा कोई इसमें ओरिएंटेशन नहीं था. तो ये हमारा पहला अनुभव था. तो हमने इतनी सारी सेवा की और इतना शाम को गरबा कर करके सेलिब्रेट किया. वहां भी इतना छोटा ग्रुप था. मैं आपको बताऊं, वो टाइम में जब याद करती हूँ, मुझे लगता है मैं किसी और समय में किसी अलौकिक जगह पे पहुंच गई थी. अच्छा, तब गुरुदेव का जो साइलेंस था वो इतना स्टिल था. गुरुदेव आते थे वहां, अभी जहाँ महालक्ष्मी मंडप है ओल्ड आश्रम में, वहां एक झूला हुआ करता था, उसके ऊपर बैठते थे सत्संग में. आते थे ऐसे ही, कोई किसी के साथ नजर नहीं, नीचे देखते हुए वहां बैठे. तुम्हें ऐसे लगेगा कि ये कोई मौन की प्रतिमा है, ये ऐसा अनुभव हमें होता है. अच्छा, और गुरुदेव उस समय वीणा भी बजाते थे. सत्संग में जब सब लोग गाते थे हम लोग, तो उसके ट्यून में वो वीणा बजाते थे कभी कभी. और इतना ऐसे लगा कि अरे हम इतना टाइम इस वातावरण को हमने कभी, ये तो डायमेंशन हमने जीवन का देखा ही नहीं, ये तो कुछ अलौकिक है यहाँ पर जो हो रहा है। अच्छा, वैसे होते होते मुझे तो लगता है नवचंडी में भी शायद 200 ही लोग होंगे। तो हमें ये सब पता नहीं था कि ये मंत्रों का क्या ताकत है और इस तरह के यज्ञों का क्या ताकत है, पर हमें अंदर से इतना अच्छा लगने लगा था वहां बैठ के, और वहां बैठ के समाधि लगना भी इतना आसान हो गया था ध्यान में बैठ के। अच्छा, ये तो बड़ा सुंदर अनुभव रहा नवरात्रि का। फिर एक और बात हुई नवरात्रि के कुछ दिन के बाद, गुरुदेव ने जो छोटा सा ग्रुप था, शायद 40 लोग होंगे, हम लोगों को बुलाया और बोला ओल्ड नारायणा हॉल में, और वहां गुरुदेव बैठे थे और सबको एक एक उन्होंने दुर्वा दिया। अच्छा, तब तो हमको ये पता भी नहीं है क्या है, एक एक ब्लेड ऑफ दुर्वा, और बोले खा लो, तो हम लोगों ने खा लिया। अच्छा, आप सोच नहीं सकते हैं वो खाने के बाद हम लोग इतना हंसे हैं, Yani it was like some kind of state of bliss that we experienced. And without, no joke, without anything, we were so happy and joyful. And there was this joy spreading all over. And then Gurudev said, देखो ये सब यज्ञों में इतना सारा पावर है, इतना एनर्जी क्रिएट होता है, तो वो दुर्वा वहां अंदर लगाते हैं, तो ये इवन द प्लांट विल एब्सॉर्ब इट। तो हमको लगा if something which we can consider non-living, which is a plant, if that can absorb energy, imagine we are living conscious, the highest potential on human beings. Imagine what it is creating in our system. So we were sold for नवरात्रि। उसके बाद मैंने सबको नेक्स्ट नवरात्रि में, मेरे मम्मी को, पेरेंट्स को, जितने दोस्त थे, जिन लोगों ने कोर्स किया था, सबको बोला ये नवरात्रि तो करना ही है। और धीरे धीरे आपको पता ही है आज नवरात्रि कहाँ पहुंचा है।
बहुत सुंदर। तो माँ, हर टीचर के क्लोज होता है ऋषिकेश का ट्रिप।
तुम तो बड़ी पुरानी यादें ताजा कर रहे हो, बड़ी अच्छी अच्छी पुरानी यादें रिफ्रेश कर रहे हो। हाँ, मैं देखो ये गुरुजी की ही, शायद मैं, गुरुदेव ना होते तो कहाँ हम ऋषिकेश जाने का सोचते कभी जीवन में। तो ऋषिकेश भी मैं 95 मार्च में पहली बार गई थी, और तब ऐसा हुआ करता था वो पूरा महीना हम गुरुदेव also loves me in ऋषिकेश, एंड वहाँ पूरा मंथ हम स्पेंड करते थे, एंड there used to be I think four advanced courses back to back, and then just time with गुरुदेव। अच्छा, जब मैं ऋषिकेश गई तो सबसे पहले तो उस जगह की जो सुंदरता है ऋषिकेश की, और उस समय पे हम बाबा काली कमली वाले आश्रम में थे, और आपको पता है सामने एकदम गंगा मैया है और इधर माउंटेन्स है, उसके बीच में हम थे, और गुरुदेव थे वहां के। जो सत्संग हुआ करते थे उस टाइम के, हमें कभी नहीं पता था। गुरुदेव उठ के भाव समाधि में चले जाते थे, और कितने सारे सत्संग हुआ करते थे जहां वो भाव समाधि में, जैसे हमें चैतन्य महाप्रभु की याद आ जाती थी कि यह ऐसा, शायद ऐसा ही होता हो, इस तरह ही। और उनके आसपास सब नाच उठते थे, झूम उठते थे। एक जैसे हमने सुना है ये तो गोकुल में हुआ करता था, इस तरह का एक वातावरण इतना सुंदर। तब हमें पता नहीं था कि ये वंस ईयर शिवरात्रि का अफेयर बन जाएगा आगे। तो इतने सुंदर सत्संग। अच्छा, फिर कंपल्सरी अर्ली मॉर्निंग गंगा डिप विद गुरुदेव, और वो भी सुबह 4 बजे। और दिग्विजय में तो हम लोग सब यंग, तो 4 बजे का तो कोई को ओरिएंटेशन नहीं होता है, शायद हम 2 बजे सोते हैं तब। तो 4 बजे को उठने वाली तो आदत अभी बनी नहीं थी, अभी ब्रह्म मुहूर्त का इम्पोर्टेंस पता नहीं था। बस गुरुदेव इंश्योर करते थे कि अगर कोई नहीं आया है उसको नाम से लेके रूम से बुला के ले जाते थे 4 बजे की गंगा डिप के लिए। 4 बजे हम
everybody used to have Ganga dips in the very cold water in the Morning 4 o'clock, huh?
Yes, in the very cold water, which Guruji insisted is warm in the early morning. तो
Okay.
पर मजा है, उसका मजा है। एक बार तुम अंदर डुबकी लगाओ, निकलो, पूरा शरीर तरंगित हो जाता है ऊर्जा से। उसके बाद हमको सीधा आश्रम में ले जाके क्विकली बुलाते थे, सीधा मेडिटेशन हॉल में, कुछ ओम नमः शिवाय चैंटिंग और कुछ साधना कराने के लिए। तो बहुत सुंदर ये टाइम था हमारा ऋषिकेश का जो विजिट था। अच्छा, उसमें हम पहली बार गए थे ऋषिकेश, तो हमने हमारे सामने देखा कि यहाँ सब यंग लोग मजाक कर रहे हैं ना, रिवर राफ्टिंग कर रहे हैं सब। तो हम लोगों को भी मन में आया। संगीता दीदी थी, संगीता जानी और ऋषि जी और सब थोड़े मिस्चीवियस भी थे तब। तो सबको लगा रिवर राफ्टिंग तो जरूर जाया जाए। तो हमने सबको गुरुजी से पूछा, हम रिवर राफ्टिंग जाए? तो गुरुजी ने कोई जवाब नहीं दिया। तो जवाब नहीं दिया उसका मतलब हाँ नहीं है, इतना तो हमें समझ में आ गया था कि ना तो गुरुदेव बोलते ही नहीं थे, क्योंकि ऐसा कहते हैं कि अगर सदगुरु ना बोल दे तो सब दरवाजे बंद ही हो जाते हैं। तो हाँ नहीं बोले, तो हमको इतना तो पता चल गया था तब। आज तो अच्छा है, गुरुदेव इजीली बोल देते हैं, चॉइस इज योर, ब्लेसिंग इज माइन। तो हम
उसमें कोई टर्म कॉइन नहीं हुआ था क्या?
नहीं, वो नहीं, ये नहीं हुआ था। तो अब हमको जाना भी है, पर हमको तो पता है कि हमको अभी अप्रूवल नहीं मिला है। फिर भी हम लगे रहे, क्योंकि हम पूरा महीना थे वहां। फिर एक दिन तो हमने जाके बुकिंग कर ही दिया हम लोगों ने राफ्ट का। फिर गुरुदेव को सुबह जाके बोले, गुरुजी हमारा आज राफ्टिंग है। तो अब गुरुजी ने भी बोला ठीक है, ओके गो। फिर हमें पूछा, अब मुझे ये भी समझाया कि अच्छा नहीं है इतना ना, यहाँ इतना धूप पड़ रहा है, दिन में तेज धूप है, तुम लोग पूरा टाइम ये नीचे ठंडा पानी, ऊपर तेज धूप, तुम लोगों का सर दर्द हो जाएगा, या इस तरह से समझाने का प्रयास किया, किसी को उतरा नहीं। तो फिर उन्होंने बोला कितना
You must be like 24, 25 years old, no?
So that there is there is a thrill in life to experience different things. So then he asked कितने बजे वापस आओगे? तो हमने बोला 4 बजे। एक्चुअली हमने तो पूरे दिन का ही लिया था, शाम तक, 4 बजे तक का नहीं था। अच्छा, फिर हमारी मजा आई। हमने जैसे राफ्टिंग शुरू किया, उस दिन जोरदार बारिश शुरू, यानी उस दिन सनी नहीं था, बारिश ही बारिश, बारिश ही बारिश। इतना सारा बारिश हुआ कि फाइनली हम तंग आके 4 बजे हमारे ही आश्रम के सामने से राफ्ट जा रही थी, तो हमको पता भी नहीं है ये 4 बजे है। उससे पहले हमने बोला भाई हमें यही छोड़ दो अभी, क्योंकि हम वी वर सो सॉफ्ट वेट ऑल द टाइम। तो हम उतर गए। हम जैसे उतरे, गुरुदेव अपने वॉक के लिए निकल रहे, और हमको आते देख के बोल रहे 4 बज गए क्या? तो हम लोग जब हंसने लगे, और फिर बोलते नाउ द सन कैन कम अप। Then the sun came up. And that night when we were sitting with him, he said something very beautiful. He said, nature is your friend. Nature listens to you. When you are in complete harmony with the 5 elements, what big deal is for nature not to listen to you? It is your friend. And that was our first Kan mein pada Padma Sadhana. He said, I will teach you a Padma Sadhana. He did not use the word Padma Sadhana then. He used the word rounding. He said, मैं तुम्हें एक ऐसी टेक्निक बताऊंगा जिससे 5 एलिमेंट्स के साथ तुम्हारा हार्मनी क्रिएट होगा, और क्या बड़ी बात है फिर तो this is what he said then, but it is much later that he came up with this, taught us the Padma Sadhana. And I have seen him do this many times, that what something is coming, like Sanyam. So 10 years before he really gave it, he started talking about it. Okay, so sometimes I get amazed at the vast knowledge that he has, and the patience that he has to wait to give it at the right time. So that is really beautiful. So that was our Rishikesh, and then many Rishikesh happened. Every year we went to Rishikesh.
Then my there are so many people who are saying in '98 they did advanced course with you, and there were 50 people. So somebody just commented. So when did you become advanced course teacher?
Yes, 98. Yes, 97 maybe.
98.
97 maybe
90.
I became advanced course teacher. Let me tell you my
So how
first.
was it?
Huh? Sorry.
How was the whole thing like?
Let me tell you that. See,
So when
I
did you become teacher then? Because you did course in '92, so you became teacher in 90.
93 end, I was a teacher already.
Oh, in 1 year, like you were teacher
Yes,
already.
and let me tell you, I was not a very, I was not, I was reluctant. I did not want to become a teacher for a few reasons. Is I did not have the confidence to put myself out there. One, I was shy. Two, and third, I did not think this is something I could do. I thought it was, you had to be perfect. You had to be perfect to really teach this knowledge first. So I was judgmental about myself. हाँ, मुझे तो गुस्सा करने का भी freedom चाहिए भाई. गुस्सा आएगा तो गुस्सा करेंगे ऐसे. So really, that is another thing. I didn't want to do a TTC, but again, it was Gurudev. The day before my TTC, I was going to leave back for Baroda, and nicely he says, "हाँ भाई क्या plan है?" I said, "कल मेरा बड़ौदा का टिकट है, just ट्रेनिंग कर लो." मैंने बोला मुझे टीचर नहीं करना है, कोई बात नहीं कर लो। तो मैंने कर लिया टीचर्स ट्रेनिंग, उसके बाद इमीडिएटली तो मैं टीचर नहीं बनी, मैं बहुत खुश थी क्योंकि मैं सच में रिलक्टेंट थी। पर 2-3 महीने के बाद उनके साथ फिर तुरंत मैं दिल्ली गई और कुछ ऐसे मौके उन्होंने क्रिएट किए जहां मेरे को चॉइस ही नहीं था, मेरे को भेज ही दिया वहां और कोर्स मैंने ले लिया। तो मैं ऐसा हंसती थी कि मुझे वो लेबल से रेजिस्टेंस था, तो मैंने पहले पूरी बात कर ली, उसके बाद वो लेबल चिपकाया मेरे ऊपर। So I
So
became
what
a
were you doing in Baroda that
I
time?
had just finished my education, and then I was looking for some direction in life. And I am telling you, this came at the perfect time. I think it is maybe planned in some way
Plan.
because I cannot imagine today I could have been doing anything in this life that would have made me feel this successful, this happy, this fortunate. I cannot imagine. So it is something that came to me. It is not a direction I planned for myself. So after even
You
after,
took.
huh?
Yeah, yeah.
So
You were saying something?
so many things are just coming in my head.
Please, please.
So even after I became a teacher, I was casual. You have to understand there is, this youthfulness. There is not such a sincerity. There's not such a seriousness as yet. And I was casual the way I approached it. And how Gurudev always gives such beautiful lessons. For me, the biggest things about the stories I have had is the impact or the lessons that have stayed with me as a result of that experience. So I remember after becoming a teacher, I went and did another course by another organization. And I didn't want to tell Guruji, that I have done this course with another organization because I thought that was not the right thing to do, but I still had done it. So after doing this, I reached the ashram. And when I reached the ashram, we went to meet Gurudev, and 2 days later, he says, "Let me show you what I have made." And Sumeru Mandap he had made. So he took us for a walk, and we just went for a walk with him. And as we are walking up to Sumeru Mandap, he looks at me and asks, "Kaisa raha wo course?" So I got shocked. I said, "My God, he knows everything." I should have just said good and kept my mouth shut. But I opened my mouth and I said, it was so amazing. Oh my God, they teach you about responsibility, they teach you about commitment. All our teachers need this. I did not realize
Acha,
what
you
I
said
had.
that.
Yeah, I was giving him a good advice. So
Hmm.
now the funny thing happens. So Guruji has just heard me, he is saying nothing. And then uh, 2 days later, an event comes up in the ashram. And I think it was Kishoda's birthday. And I don't know, remember, it was a landmark birthday. And then he says, Tanu will take the responsibility of celebrating his birthday today. So we'll get a cake, we'll get a mala, everything. So I said, okay. And then, these are the days also that we wanted to run away from the ashram to eat food from outside.
Okay.
Because ashram food, we found it so sattvic and so really. So so in the morning,
Yeah,
I said,
whenever Gujaratis come to ashram, they bring all their khakras and fafdi and everything.
it's
Even
still
now.
on. It's still on. Now kakras are available
So
in
it's a
Dubai.
blessing to have a Gujarati roommate during your course.
Well, let me tell you, whenever I went travel international, I always looked for a Gujarati host. I knew I would be taken care of in food for sure. So then, that responsibility he gave me. And then I was so casual about it that I went to the city. I said, Rishi ji goes, चलना हम city में जाके hot chips खा के आते हैं. So few of us, we went. और वहां से सब लेके आ जाएंगे. And once we have gone to the city, we have forgotten about this and we have come only at 10 in the night. Having not done that one simple thing Guruji has asked me to do. And when we come back at 10 at the night, I don't know, it's late, but still we start walking to a Shakti Kutir, and inside my heart says, oh, something is going to happen today. So Guruji is sitting outside and waiting for us on the chair. And when we reached, there was no smile. And that was unusual for Guruji. There was no smile. And then as I walk, he says, Madam commitment.
Sorry, what is it, madam?
Madam commitment. He said, what happened to your commitment? And then he says, my teachers don't talk of commitment. My teachers live commitment. My teachers do not make big talks on responsibilities. My teachers are responsible. And then he said something which really stayed with me. And he said, मैं तुम्हें यहाँ ब्रह्म ज्ञान दे रहा हूँ और तुमको ये छोटे छोटे टुकड़े लेके जाना है. And I'm telling you, that impacted me so much that, a person who was so casual, my whole, there was an internal change, and commitment and walking the talk started becoming natural to me. And that I thought it was a scolding, because I have not, the way Guruji raised his tone, I have not seen him raise his tone like that. I have not seen him with a smile. So that I say that was the only scolding I got from Gurudev ever. But it completely changed the persona that I was, the person I was. And there was some consolidation that happened in my personality. And I think that is very beautiful, and only a Sadguru can bring that to your life.
Ma, this brings me to a question. Somebody, one of my student who became teacher a few years back, she was just asking me this yesterday.
Hmm.
And so many teachers also feel in some point of their life that this knowledge is so precious. Are we really eligible to teach this even after becoming teachers? Sometimes this doubt comes. What will
Yeah.
you say to
So, I
this?
will, from my own experience, I will say this is a path to perfection. And what Gurudev is looking is not that you are a perfect person. He is looking at your availability. And if you are available, and when you become a teacher, just imagine, Digvijay, when we sit there on that Vyas Gadi, something happens to us. Suddenly, it is like the download of knowledge happens, the access happens. And I think if we are able to sit in that place of purity and the seat of knowledge, that itself is going to create for us the merit of really being able to uh, let go of our old sanskars through which we are judging ourselves. So, really, I would say if Gurudev has blessed you, I remember one example. I remember one teacher saying, मुझे गुस्सा आता है तो मैं टीचर नहीं बन सकता हूँ. He said, क्यों नहीं बन सकते? And I remember one time I was conducting a TTC, and Gurudev wanted this girl to become a teacher, and I said, Guruji, she is such a bully. She will go back and completely, bulldoze over the whole city. And are you sure you want to make her a teacher? And Gurudev just looked at me. He said, हम किसी के अवगुण को नहीं पकड़ते हैं. किसी के अंदर एक गुण भी मिले, उसको पकड़ो, उसको खिलने का मौका दो, वो अवगुण अपने आप कम हो जाएगा. And I have seen him do that. That he empowers that one good quality that we have, or few good qualities that we have, and he lets us give an expression to those qualities through teaching or through any seva that we do. And when we are able to express that, that really becomes the tree, and that starts giving the fruit rather than the few flaws that we have. So this, for me, this is a path to perfection. It is not that you have to be perfect in the to become a teacher of art of living. What you need is some purity, you need a connection with Gurudev, and you need to have reached a place to say, yes, I want to do something. That's all.
My 97, you took a TTC also in ashram.
Yes, no, in Rishikesh. That was my first TTC.
In Rishikesh. Okay, how was it, man?
You're in the Rishikesh, right? Deepak is here with me. Let me tell you how Guruji has
Deepak
made.
Punjabi.
Deepak Punjabi is sitting here with me. He's saying he was on that TTC on Rishikesh.
We heard a lot about him in Vrindama story also.
Yes. So yes, I took and I told you how I did not get the label. See, because I had this huge resistance because I had a concept about being a teacher of art of living. I thought, ये मुझे बांध देगा. This is bondage. I will have to be only a particular way. I thought spiritual people behave only a particular way, and they get limited by being that. I actually once asked Gurudev, तो ये तो बंधन नहीं है क्या? And he said something beautiful. ये वो बंधन है जो तुम्हें मुक्ति दिलाएगा.
Wow.
So, like every course, the first courses even the part 1, the advanced course, and the TTC, they all came to me. I had no idea I was a teacher of that course. You go to Guruji to meet him in the morning at 9 o'clock, with pranam him, and he says, jara wo TTC sikha lo.
No manual, nothing.
At that point, the manual was like negligible if it was there. My first advanced course I taught, it was out something. He told me to go to London and organize an advanced course. This is in 97 or 98. So I have gone there, I have organized an advanced course. I have no idea about anything. I have done that one advanced course, and then I had around him for few, but that was just around him. Who even looks at what's happening? You are just looking at, being around him. And then I have organized this course, and he has told me Kiran will come and conduct it. So I am cool about it. The night before, he says, then why don't you conduct that advanced course? And I'm like, oh my God, I have no idea. I don't have the tapes. That was my lame excuse. I don't have the tapes. 2 days before that, he calls me. And he says, yeah, they'll be couriered to you from German ashram. And today I can openly tell you, that when I was teaching the course, I was praying, let this be the right meditation at this point of time. And it was a fantastic experience. And when I came back to India, I immediately was on another advanced course with Swami Sadyojata was teaching. And it was a big course. I don't know how many people were there on that course. But everybody's special. My father, who was not willing to be a part of Art of Living, was there. Some of his friends were there. My mother was there. So there were a lot of teachers on the course. There were a lot of special people on that course for me. And that course was something also that changed my life. On the last day of the course, Gurudev comes, and my friends are so proud that, you're teaching advanced course, you're so young. And it was not such a glory then, because as such, we were just, there was not so much glory attached to all the names of the courses yet. So, but we still know what a precious thing it was to do this. So then, last day for experience sharing, I'm sitting on the stage down, and Gurudev comes and he says, "हाँ." Before he says, "मौन खोल सकते हो?" ध्यान करवाया, सबसे मौन खुलवाया. जैसे ही मौन खोला, हाँ बताओ अपने अनुभव. एक आदमी खड़ा हो गया और उसने जो मेरी निंदा की एज अ टीचर.
निंदा की?
हाँ, he said, इनको तो कुछ आता ही नहीं है सिखाने.
He criticized you?
Complete. Yani, I was like so shocked. I couldn't believe this was happening to me. I was so shocked, and I just looked and I just couldn't believe. And in the end, Gurudev said nothing. I thought Gurudev will give me a look or something. He just kindly said, our opinion about people changes all the time. Sometimes you don't like somebody, you may be liking the person very much later on. And I felt like, wow, Gurudev has to take up for me, and he's going to feel like, what did I do? She's not capable. And Gurudev said nothing. But one knowledge that he had said a few days ago stuck to me and came to me. And वो बहुत सुंदर बात थी, क्योंकि तब तक मुझे अभी भी वो एक पड़ी थी कि मैं इम्प्रेसिव हूँ. इमेज का भी थोड़ा सा पड़ा था. तो उन्होंने एक इतनी सुंदर बात की उस दिन. उन्होंने बोला, अपमान उसी का हो सकता है जिसको मान की चाह है.
वाह.
जिसने मान अपमान को छोड़ दिया, उसका सिर्फ सम्मान होता है. And that was so, that I can tell you, that was, that was a place from where some freedom started happening in my life. And I realized I am here to do what I know to do to the best of my capacity, and not really be stuck with, opinions. So, ये घर कर गए.
Now you are one of the best advanced course teachers. Many are commenting about their advanced course experiences with you. You started 50 countries. You traveled to 50
I did
countries,
not
and you
start 50 countries. I went to a lot of countries.
went
And
for a course, or you boosted the art of living there by going there. So uh, you must be having so many different type of experiences, so much of learning doing that. Can you share few from those experiences? How Gurudev guided you, and which was your first country?
Kenya. Kenya.
Kenya.
Yeah, Nairobi was the first place I went. Actually, I went to South Africa, but then there were already all the teachers there, and I just taught one course that was organized there. But I went to Open Kenya, and that was, I have shared that experience many times. And I will just share the crux of the experience is when I reached, there was nothing at all. Nobody knew Art of Living. Nobody was willing to even, help me or support me at that point of time. And I always found that, when Gurudev told me to do something, he has everything laid out. I just have to, find out the place where I have to put my foot into. So I did the thing that, that was the only thing I knew. I opened the yellow pages and I start calling people and I start calling organizations. And my first talk was organized in Rotary there. And, normally in abroad, they say you have to really wait for the speaker to come on, because they plan their whole year schedule. And I said, oh, this is this great teacher Tanuja Limay from India who has come, and she will not be available next week. You should invite her. So I got invited, but the thing is, I had no means to reach the place, no means to come back. And in Kenya, you cannot travel alone. At that point, you cannot. So then I said, Gurudev, let something happen. Somebody call me and take me there. So the person from Rotary calls me. So, yes, ma'am, our talk is confirmed and we are going. I said, okay, can you pick me up from here? So I get picked up. When I reach there, I am thinking, now who should I pick here? Who's trustworthy to take me back home? And that happened. And of course, in a week we had a course, and it started beautifully. Neeru might be watching this. Neeru Singh was there on the course, uh, and many things happened from that course as well. But that was a beautiful start. And many countries I went to, like I went to start even some Gulf countries. I remember Muscat, and then I went to Kuwait, and I even went to Saudi Arabia.
So any country where you faced a challenge and you had to take guidance from Gurudev or something?
Not
or you,
really.
You really
Not really.
everything
You
was
know,
smooth with the grace.
yes, yes, everything was, and I was open to, listen to in what the higher what my gut feeling, you know. I have once have experience in Italy. It was, I remember, I had a DSN. That was the first DSN in Milan. And those times there were no DSN. So everybody was sitting on the DSN. There was no assisting teacher. There was no or nothing. Everybody was on the DSN. And I was conducting, today DSN means teacher, somebody conducts Padmasana, somebody does something. You do the whole thing, morning to late night. And I remember I got locked out of the person who was hosting me. I got locked out of her apartment till 2, 3 in the morning. And I had to and those were not the days of mobile phone yet. And I was locked out, and that is another great story. How, I managed to get into her house. I actually went to a stranger's apartment and rang the doorbell at 2 in the morning to say, can I make one phone call from your landline? And then, of course, I got in. And when I came back, I forgot about the story. But the beautiful thing is how Guruji always took care. I went straight to Rishikesh on a course with him, and then I was leaving for Nepal straight from that satsang. And from far, I have done pranam to Gurudev that I am going to the course. I am leaving for Nepal. And Gurudev has just looked at me and said like that. That means, yeah, wait. He's sitting on the stage on the satsang. And then he called Zaver Bhaiya, and then Zaver Bhaiya has coming running to me, and he says, "Usko ye phone de do." So that was my first mobile phone that I got. That was his phone, that Nokia phone. Now, how for me things really happened. I tell you, I just was sensitive. I always felt that if Gurudev has said something, the time is ready for that place in some way. The place is ready in some way, and then I just have to go and connect the dots. It's not so for me. I'm I'm so grateful that it happened through me. It could happen through anybody.
You also used to conduct many Shri Shri Yoga, no? SSY courses.
Oh, I did in the initial. Uh, then I was so out of shape, I did not. But we did have
You're very much
more stories, but can we do a part 2 if people are
Yeah, we
interested?
can do part 2.
Yeah.
Yes. There's so many stories more. No?
I am
Yes, we
so
can.
amazed. My Mossy came on. My moxie has just come on, and I'm so amazed. I want to share one thing though, because this is my latest story, Digvijay, and it is the something that is most close to me. After all this glory of teaching around the world and connecting with so many people and feeling that expansion, in 2014, I had a big event happen in my life where I was, I felt very sick, and and it was beyond me. What was happening to me was something which I could not understand and make no sense out of. And I had a gut feeling that this is fatal. What I'm going through is it's terminal, and I wanted somebody to step up to take care of me because you, sometimes I used to laugh then that when we talk about Colonel's story that when he needed the knowledge didn't come to him. So for a few months, I felt like that I know live in the present moment, but present moment is intolerable. No, accept people as they are, but I fail to accept this much. इतना कष्ट है शरीर में इसको कैसे झेले? And how Guruji stood up for me. That was the most beautiful. Uh, he just took over everything. And who does that? Who does that? He, in fact, he even took over the fact of dealing with the doctors and not even having me to go through the reports or doing anything. And he took all the decisions. Because at that point of time, I had so much panic, and in fact, I thought, what has happened to me? How, because this is not something that I've ever experienced. I have known myself for being this equanimous person, to have this equanimity in my life, and suddenly I have been put in a situation which is so beyond control, so beyond my handling. And how Guruji stepped up at that point of time, nothing would work, no knowledge would work. But the beautiful thing is Guruji would have me sitting in front of him in Ganga Kutir, just sitting there. And how he just that presence was so much there for me. So this is you can go through the worst time. Anybody, कई बार हम सोचते हैं कि हम साधक है, हम इतने समय से इस ज्ञान में है तो हमें कभी तो कुछ होगा ही नहीं। तो इससे तो मैंने देखा कभी भी कुछ भी हो सकता है जीवन में, पर गुरु का जीवन में महत्व है, ये है कि वो तुम्हें उससे निकालते हैं, तुम्हें उस स्थिति में थाम के रखते हैं. And there are so many situations around that Gurudev he made me feel also, and he made me know that he was there for me all the time. So this, that I'm here today is that biggest miracle that Guruji did, that I'm here today. And it is for me, even going now that I'm out of this place, for me, even I feel even blessed to have had this experience. The experience of, you can call it, if you go to the extreme, you can call it the dark night of the soul. Where you see you have no control and you can't do anything. But when you have a guru, then when you even get out of the experience, and when you have, this is what I thought, for all this, what I did in my life, I said, my God, when I had the worst time, everybody stood for me. I saw how much merit that Guruji had made me create for my life, so that I could walk through any situation that life would put me through. And it was really, it's a beautiful experience. Maybe someday I will write more about it. But I just wanted to share because I want, as a sadhak also, or as a devotee also, there are different challenges that people go through or we go through. But knowing that when we have this faith and we have Gurudev with us, we will come out of any challenge shining and radiant and even better than before. So that has been my recent miracle or guru story. Yeah.
So shall we do the part 2, or we can take few questions, Ma?
You can take one or two questions. I don't think we'll do a part two. We've done long enough. Let's do one or two questions. And if there are, we can do a part two later.
ओके क्या अभी आपने कभी मिस्टेक की है और आपको गुरुदेव ने कभी डांटा है?
मिस्टेक, हाँ, एक बार हुआ है ऐसा कि मैंने एक बार कुछ बोल दिया जो बिल्कुल नहीं बोलना चाहिए था कोर्स में, और क्योंकि गुरुदेव वहां थे और वो पार्टिसिपेंट भी थोड़े से इन्फ्लुएंशियल थे, तो वो बात गुरुजी के पास पहुंची। तो जब बात गुरुजी के पास पहुंची तो उन्होंने मुझे बुलाया, उन्होंने सीधा मुझे पूछा कि तनु, ये भूल की तुमने, ऐसा किया तुमने? तो मैंने बोला हाँ गुरुदेव, मैंने ऐसा किया, गुरुदेव मैं सॉरी हूँ, और वो सब थोड़ा ड्रामा करना शुरू कर दिया मेरा। तो गुरुदेव मेरे को पूछते, अरे मैं तुम्हें अवेयर कर रहा हूँ और तुम कर्तापन को पकड़ रही हो। सो इट इज ब्यूटीफुल कि भाई हमें ऐसा नहीं है कि हम अपने अच्छे कर्म से ही भी बनते हैं, अपनी भूलों से भी हम बंध जाते हैं। तो यही तो बड़ी बात है कि हर जगह पे हमारा कर्तापन हमें छोड़ना है। तो ये है।
Another question, Ma, you traveled to Germany, you traveled to US, and you traveled with Gurudev to so many places. Which was your most memorable trip with Gurudev?
Any trip with Gurudev is memorable. Any. I mean, I can travel in a car from Ganga to Gate 5 and it will be memorable. So, of course, each of them is memorable trip with Gurudev. Anything with Gurudev is really memorable.
Okay, 2-3 more questions, Ma. Can you in brief mention about how you and Rishiji got together?
I was wondering, how come you didn't come to the... I met Rishiji.
There are so many questions like that.
Yeah.
But I was keeping it for that.
Okay. So me and Rishiji, we met on the first course. I met him in Art of Living. And we became, we clicked in... after our first advanced course together, we became friends and we clicked that, we became very best of friends. And so it was natural, both of us wanted to do this. We all only wanted to be, with Gurudev, and we saw that this is probably the best companion that I could have on the path. And that's how we got together. So after that first advanced course, not only did I get a great life, I got a great life partner as well.
I think both of you are lucky.
Yes.
He's also lucky to have a partner like you, Ma.
I know that. We both know that for sure. And let me tell you, the success of our marriage lies in Gurudev's. Gurudev has blessed this marriage, and he has somehow kept us in a certain way that, we see what all Gurudev says about a happy couple and how, we can be successful in our marriages. And so the Guru brings success to all aspects of your life, all aspects of your life.
Ma, there are so many volunteers and teachers watching, and they will watch after many years also this video because it's going to stay online. What is your guidance for all of them, uh, with your learnings, your experience? What would you like to guide them?
आई कैन मैं ये बोलना चाहूंगी कि जब तुम भगवान के लिए काम करते हो, भगवान तुम्हारा हर काम संभालते हैं. So it is our greatest fortune that we have got Gurudev in our life. So let us just see how we can bring Gurudev to let me be an instrument so that many people can have this experience. Many people can have this connection, this relief, this celebration, this purposefulness. Many people can have live a life which is full, and that can happen with the presence of Gurudev. So just sharing this and really seeing how just by being yourself, or just that having that kindled in you, that fire that kindled in you, that is, fire attracts fire. So when you have that fire kindled in you, it will bring it up so many people around you. So just
Didi, I
be.
heard your that experience about baptism by fire also. It's very beautiful.
So yeah, that's
It
what
just when you said fire,
yeah, yeah. Digvijay, I
can you?
think I've spoken enough now.
Okay. Yes, my last two questions that we usually ask. Last two questions that we usually ask everybody.
Huh.
Ma, what is Gurudev for you?
Oh my God. Gurudev is the existence for me. For me, he is God.
Amazing. And if Gurudev is, if we suppose that Gurudev is here in front of you right now, how would you like to express your gratefulness for such an amazing life and beyond?
Just like I normally do. Look at him with this love and joy and gratitude in my heart. My
Wonderful,
relationship
ma.
with
Ma,
Gurudev has been special with words also, and there has been more special without words.
super. Ma, there is one question which I think is important. Anusha Anand is asking how to hold on to grace during tough times when there is no physical presence of Gurudev.
Talk to people. Talk to the people who have the faith in their life. Reach out to those people who have faith in their life. And faith is, I think, is contagious. When you find you are lacking it, you speak. When we find that we have problems, we start sharing them with people who have other problems and who tell us that, yeah, your problems are great. And we have these problems as well. So rather find a person or have a person in your life who is living the knowledge, and who is approachable, and who is going to put you help you and support you in the right direction of your mind, and have somebody like that in your life and talk to them.
Thank thank you, Ma, for this wonderful time. And those who want to spend more time with Tanuma can join the happiness course, the breath and meditation workshop online. You can learn Sudarshan Kriya. You can again go through all the basic course points with Gurudev, which Gurudev has given through Tanuma. And she's also conducting, you can see the details in the scroll here. She's also conducting advanced course with Rishiji and Anand Desai ji. And it will be beautiful experience to go in silence. I myself did first online advanced course which you took, Tanuma. and I felt so much in peace. It was almost like doing advanced course in ashram.
Yeah. Cool.
So very
Thank you,
nice.
Vijay.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Tanuma, for your
Yeah.
time. Jai Gurudev. Jai Gurudev. Jai Gurudev. Ma.
Jai Gurudev.
So today we have Tanuma